Hi everyone, you're on Moby's channel and it's great to see you on my channel again. In this video we are going to revisit a topic called What If. Specifically we will talk to you what if Dark SPEAKERMAN survived at the end of episode 70, what if SKIBIDI the scientist managed to escape from the Alliance and was able to avoid his death, and what if the Titans did not make it in time to come and catch SKIBIDI the scientist. Believe me, this video turned out to be very interesting, so be sure to watch it to the end, put a like and subscribe to the channel. Also do not forget that I have my Discord server, where I publish the newest and sometimes exclusive leaks of information from all the major universes SKIBIDI toilet. But anyway, here we go, and we will start with the episode in which Dark SPEAKERMAN managed to avoid serious injuries in a battle with a scientist. You can also watch this animation on DaFuq channel. This episode begins with SKIBIDI scientist tried to leave the scene of the battle, but POV plungerman, thanks to the remote secret agent, prevented him from doing so and closed the door. And even if you compare this version with the original, you can see that the animation is done at a high level. Next, the scientist tried to teleport using his universal remote, but plungerman also did not let him do it. And after that the scientist realized that the battle is inevitable and entered the battle. The scientist activated his laser and tried to quickly deal with plungerman, but suddenly a spear flew into him and Dark SPEAKERMAN rushed into battle, to the aid of his best friend. And SKIBIDI scientist manages to pierce SPEAKERMAN with his mechanical, sharp hands. After that POV plungerman also enters the fight and goes to the aid of his comrade. But this time the scientist fails to react in time and the cameraman seriously damages the scientist with his spiky plunger. Uchi starts screaming in pain and it all looks like he is lost in space. And then POV plungerman flies over to the Dark SPEAKERMAN to help him up, and as we can see, thanks to the fact that the scientist didn't react in time, the SPEAKERMAN remained unharmed. Plungerman then gives a helping hand to his comrade and he was very surprised, because it seems that now he doesn't hold a grudge against him. Dark SPEAKERMAN stands up and after a short time, Dark SPEAKERMAN notices that something is wrong and pushes Plungerman away, because as it turns out SKIBIDI scientist aimed his laser at him and tried to kill Plungerman again. But it is good that Dark SPEAKERMAN was able to react in time. Then the scientist, using his laser, tries his luck to determine where his opponents are and chaotically directs his beam in an unknown direction, and it lasted until Plungerman threw his plunger at the scientist's laser. Then the laser is destroyed and the brave Chamberlain decides that now is the time to finish off the scientist once and for all. He takes out his automatic rifle and cold-bloodedly fires the entire clip right into the SKIBIDI scientist's face. He starts screaming and defending himself, but it doesn't help him. Also Dark SPEAKERMAN joins to help Plungerman. But then suddenly the scientist gets a beep on his remote control. Then the hatch that is underneath them starts to open and that's the end of the episode. And as you realized, this is not the end of the story. After all, this is just the first part of this What If episode. Be sure to go to the author's channel after watching this video and watch this episode in person and write your opinion about it in the comments. I'll also leave links to all the authors in the description. And now we move on to the next episode, from a pretty famous author of fan-made animation, that's SPEAKERMAN. His episode, dedicated to the topic of what if. It starts with the reinforcement squads having already done maximum damage to the scientist, and the scientist is about to fly away. Then we see the female squad in its entirety and look at how beautifully and qualitatively executed this animation. Personally, I really like this picture. Next SKIBIDI scientist, thanks to his universal remote control, opens the hatch that leads to freedom and flies away. And yes, he did manage to do it. But where are the Titans? Remember the Titan TV man's broken TV screen that we saw in the original episode? Well, there you go. Most likely their battle was delayed and they did not have time to come to this place in time, so they could not catch the scientist and give him the final blows. But that's not the end, as SPEAKERMAN showed us an alternate ending to this episode. Next we see the Titans begin to arrive at the location and they realize they are too late. Next, Plungerman shows the Titans a bark, which then changes to a dislike and he suddenly takes critical damage. He starts sparking and burning. Titan cameraman tried to do something, but Titan TV man stopped him, explaining that there is nothing to be done. Next we see a picture that says camera offline, which changes to welcome Plungerman. Then POV Plungerman comes to his senses and in the upper right corner we can see the inscription SKIBIDI DOP 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 yes yes yes. What would that mean? Write your theories in the comments. Next we see a Dark SPEAKERMAN in perfect health. He extends his hand to us and Plungerman gives him his hand and stands up. In the background we can see SPEAKERMAN doing a Jaga Jaga dance, and Plungerman doesn't understand how this is possible, because they were killed by SKIBIDI Michael Jackson. Next he looks around and sees the lucky cameraman and cameraman twins. Next he turns around and sees the big cameraman agent, who also died in the bunker at the hands of the mad SKIBIDI scientist. After that Plungerman doesn't understand how they can all be alive if he saw their demise himself. And further, when POV cameraman looks around again, one of the cameramen points him down. Plungerman looks down and sees his body there with no legs. It's just lying there, not functioning or sparking. Plungerman's hands start shaking and he becomes invisible. Yeah, that's a creepy ending to this episode. But on the other hand, we were shown what could have happened if things didn't go according to plan. Also, do not forget to personally watch this animation on the channel of the author to express your gratitude to him. Also, I want to tell you that soon we may see the first new spoiler for episode 71. Remember how DaFuq wrote that after episode 70, new episodes will be released more often, so I expect to see a new episode this week. And if that happens, we should see a new spoiler soon. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to get all the notifications from the channel, and also join my Discord server, because their new leaks appear faster than on the channel. Also, in the community tab I have posted a post where I asked you to write theories about what might happen in episode 71 or what might be shown in additional scenes. So, you still have time to write your theories under this post, but hurry up, because I will be starting this video soon. And also now you have a few of my other videos up on your screen, which I encourage you to watch.